So Justin, we're area. We're based in New York, downtown New York on Canal Street.
I'm Justin. I come from Taiwan. And my thesis topic is put on and take off, and it's the actions that we repeat every day. I discuss how and why we wear the garment in my thesis research. In the beginning of my thesis development, I really focus on the fasteners. I explore the relationship between daily fasteners and people's wearing actions and clothing structure. Developed to my final collection garment. It's the prototype, not the final one. I connect with this applied device like a plastic candle with the wearing actions, and I magnify and emphasize this moment when manipulate different placement of the garment to let the wearing process become more playful and interactive.
I find it really interesting how you take a very practical concept and really explore it, kind of over explore it almost, which I think in turn kind of creates something that's very beautiful out of something that starts out being just purely practical. Clothing also needs to perform. It can't just exist anymore. I think, it needs to have a reason for being. I think the days are gone where you're just creating something to create something. I think now it's it needs to have a purpose or a reason for existing, to be valid. And I think starting with, a very practical reason for making that garment is a really, really smart approach.
I know your brand present in the New York Fashion Week. So what is your plan now to the next season collection?
Now will be the time for people to kind of find ways of doing it for themselves. Because if you think about what a fashion show is, it's basically a production, an event, something like that. You can fabricate that. You can even make it without the people being there. There's a lot of, I think, different ways to creatively express yourself. And I kind of feel that's the most important thing. It's your your creative capability.
If we look at it in the long term, I think we're really optimistic just because we actually have a moment now to kind of dictate and form how we want to exist in the industry instead of how the industry wants us to exist. And I think that's a huge opportunity, and it's never really happened before.